and welcome to Chicago Style Eats, the show where we talk about tasty foods invented in Chicago. I'm Tony.
And I'm Stephanie. We'd like to thank everybody for their comments on the various episodes, and we would like to make note that we do this not because we want to be influencers or famous people or anything like that. We just think that it's really neat that this book showcased 30 foods invented in Chicago, and we're just bragging on Chicago because Chicago is so cool, and we just want to share that with friends and the general public. So that's why we do this.
Chicago condiments. We talk a lot about the many sandwiches available that are invented in Chicago, but those sandwiches also have condiments that are either invented in Chicago or unique to Chicago. And those condiments, I call them the big three condiments, are giardiniera, sport peppers, and Chicago-style relish, otherwise often known as picalilli or pickley relish. Now, giardiniera, and if you're from Chicago, you're probably going to hear referred to a lot as giardiniera. I think the Chicago area Italians have something against the last vowel being spoken. So it's giardiniera. So if you hear me say giardiniera as we're talking, that's where that's coming from, because I've grown up saying it that way, even though I don't eat it generally. So giardiniera is usually on the Italian-inspired sandwiches, such as the Italian beef and the breaded steak sandwich.
Which we covered in previous episodes.
We tried at Rico Bene's a few episodes back. It's giardiniera is the Italian word that means female gardener, and it refers to the abundance of the vegetables in the condiment. The Chicago version is different from the Italian version. In Italy, it's usually onions, celery, zucchini, carrots, and cauliflower, and it's all pickled in vinegar, and it's usually served as an antipasto or a salad. Whereas in Chicago, it's those same ingredients plus a few more, and they usually add hot peppers to it. You can get it mild, but I think most people who like it on their sandwiches want that heat.
So you have an Italian beef sandwich.
We have an Italian beef sandwich here,
which you're going to sample just without the giardiniera, so that we can do taste profiling comparisons.
So this is a
very big sandwich.
Yeah, it's a big sandwich. And I eat beef sandwiches all the time, so here we go. Here's a bite with nothing. Nothing.
Meat
and bread.
Not even with the au jus.
Oh, it's got good traditional Italian seasonings, but not heavily seasoned. It's decent.
It's actually tasty, and I don't like beef very much.
Yep.
All right.
Now we put the
giardiniera.
Now usually, obviously giardiniera does have a tart flavor. It's a vinegar based, oil and vinegar. But it also offers crunch to the sandwich that generally doesn't have any crunch. So, and as is often discussed on our show, I don't do spicy. I don't do hot spicy as far as like peppers. I like Chinese mustard kind of spicy, which is fine because it hits you, then it leaves you. Whereas pepper spice sticks with you for a while. Oh, crunchy.
As it should be.
Actually, it's not too bad.
The mild giardiniera maybe he likes. So we'll keep this jar.
We'll see. It masks the flavor of the beef, though. You don't get much of the flavor.
Well, you put a lot on there.
Well, still.
Okay. So I'm not gonna have the Italian beef sandwich, but I'm just gonna have a little bit of the mild giardiniera, a piece of the carrot, I absolutely despise relish.
So
yeah, I also despise this. Oh.
well.
Oh.
So these sport peppers, generally sport peppers are offered on the Chicago dog, the Depression dog, and then it was offered on the Freddy last week. They asked us if we wanted the sport peppers, which I obviously said no. And even though I have said I don't like spicy, we're gonna give it a try, both of us, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a little bite on the hot dog.
On the hot dog.
Yeah. So we have just some basic hot dog.
We're not trying to create a Chicago dog or anything.
Right.
You can see here that this is just a hot dog. The closest we came is the poppy seed bun. But
And this is just for taste profiles.
We're just trying to isolate the flavors, and so. Do
you want ketchup on that?
No ketchup. Okay.
It's a hot dog.
Hot dog.
In a bun. Yeah.
Hot dog bun.
I'm gonna just bite off.
Got our sport pepper.
Sport peppers.
Sport peppers are little serrano peppers. We'll put it on there. Make sure I get it in the bite.
Oh, that's gonna be a lot of pepper.
Okay. That one's not so bad.
Not so spicy.
Not so spicy. I ordered one. I tried it a few months back, just on my own.
These are smaller, so I don't know if that makes a difference.
Well, this is the usual. Yeah. But anyway, nobody's really sure how the sport pepper found its way into the ingredients of the Chicago hot dog. We do have a pretty clear idea that came from Mexico with immigrants back in as far as the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago, because there were vendors there selling tamales and whatnot, and Chicago's love for the sport pepper probably came from that, and that love made its way to the Chicago dog. So
I've got a hot dog that's smaller, and I did put mayonnaise and fresh tomato on mine because that's how I like my hot dog. So if you don't like it, too bad. So just a regular hot dog flavor. So now we're gonna put the leftover bit on my hot dog. No, I don't want another one.
I don't think she likes it.
Oh,
apparently hotter for her than it was for me. Stephanie is speechless at the moment.
That's very spicy.
Okay. And next up is the Pickley Relish. Now, it's I think the biggest mystery about it is why is it so green? We know how they make it green. It's pickle relish with blue dye added and that somehow makes it green.
In the UK, if you Google picalilli and you do research on picalilli, you'll find that it originated, I think, in the UK. But anyway, it's yellow. And to be honest with you, it looks like vomit. So my theory is that they put the blue dye in to make it not look so much like vomit. And then it gives it some character to make it neon green and look like something you shouldn't be digesting.
My take on the reason why it's green is I think it's an homage to Chicago and the Chicago River, which is generally green, and especially around St. Patrick's Day when they dye it green.
With orange dye to make it green.
Which is interesting. Anyway, so back to the hot dog. So we'll just put some picalilli on there. Now, the amount of picalilli is not a big deal because I eat Chicago hot dogs with the relish on it. So we'll take a big bite.
And I believe this is considered a sweet relish versus spicy, hot. It just doesn't look safe to me.
Well, I think it's a sweet and sour, not sweet and sour, but sweet and dill, like whatever, whatever the other pickle is. It's a mix of sweet relish and I guess dill relish. I don't know what the right word would be. So it's not a
It doesn't have a lot of flavor.
well, taste it by itself.
Oh yeah, let me taste it by itself.
Yeah.
It's like it started out as a dill pickle and then had stuff added to it, including the dye to make it neon green, which shouldn't be digested. No, it isn't bad. Actually, I don't like relish of any kind, and I don't like sweet pickles, but this is actually tasty.
Yeah.
I would have this on a hot dog or something, whatever else you would put it on.
Two opinions changed. I discovered I'm okay with the mild giardiniera, and she's gonna have picalilli on her next hot dog.
So we'll keep that jar too.
All right.
Yeah, I think the sport peppers are gonna go.
So where can we find these big three Chicago condiments?
In the book, they list giardiniera as available at Sorelli's Finer Foods, 6454 West North Avenue, J.P. Graziano Grocery, 901 West Randolph, and Freddy's Pizza, 1600 South 61st Street in Cicero.
Of course, we picked this up at Calabria Imports.
And then we purchased the sport peppers and the picalilli just from the local grocery store made by Vienna Beef.
So there you have it. We've given you some background on the big three Chicago condiments. So head out to your local grocery store or to one of the locations we mentioned in the book to get it for yourself.
Enjoy! Right?
Yeah, no.
Very good. I'm gonna finish my hot dog. I like this poppy seed bun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't getting any tomato with my hot dog.
Raw beef. Oh, sorry, stop the camera. On the next Chicago Style Eats, this dish, the Gempong chicken wings, is another one of those Chicago inventions that I didn't know about. So that was a new discovery there. The Americans tended to throw those away to begin with.
Consider the wings discard and not the worth eating.
So when you consider our love now generally for chicken wings, I wonder if the popularity of chicken wings has also come from the Chicago Chinese Korean restaurant penchant for chicken wings. Overall, though, it was delicious. If you like this episode, click the thumbs up icon below. Don't like it? Let us know in the comments what might make it better. Want to see more Chicago-style eats? Click the subscribe button below so you can get an alert each time we drop a new episode. Don't know what the heck we're doing? Click on the end screen or the link in the description below to see our intro video. Thanks for watching.